edition of WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Matt Boone. And we're going to be here for the next 2 hours talking pro wrestling, Monday Night Raw from last night. Can I just tell you, man, right before we came on the air here, I ate some dinner, I took a shower, and damn, I smell good, brother. I smell good. I put some cologne on. Man, I'm a sexy beast, bro.
Ain't nobody so past me. I'm just so fresh and clean, so fresh and so clean, clean.
Yeah, damn, I smell good tonight, man. Deodorant on, got some cologne on. Woo, sexy bitch, man.
So it's a radio show, not a TV show. You don't have to get showered and cleaned up for a radio show. I like to see you.
No, but I hadn't taken a shower yet, so you gotta take a shower. So
I'm sitting here scratching my balls right now. You're talking about all almost showered and sprayed and cleaned.
Did you take a shower today?
Yeah, this morning, like a normal person when I got up. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have time this morning. It's busy. It gets busy on Monday and Tuesday. You know, actually today hasn't been that bad on the websites, but yesterday was pretty crazy. And then you know what happened? It's like everybody came yesterday, and traffic is. I mean, I checked traffic right after my shower and dinner, and it's pretty bad today, man. I don't know.
Today, huh?
It's not the good, man. I don't know what happened today, but yesterday was fine over the weekend.
It'll pick up with the spoilers maybe. Uh-oh, I got an echo over here. What's going on? Okay, I think it's gone.
What are you're on a different cell phone tonight, right? Because you can't pay the bill, right?
Sound all right? Can you hear me okay? Everybody can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. It's like you got an issue every week, though. It's like, I can't pay the phone bill this week. I broke my computer this week. I got in a fight this week.
Well, no, you see, this is bullshit. I can't. You were doing it earlier, and I was like, I even told you. I said, go ahead and rant, because you seem like you want to rant. Like, but it's the same problem you already bitched about me for.
What?
Like, I broke my computer during a fight, and so I had to spend my money when I got paid to get a computer. So I didn't have money for my phone bill today. So I got my money, though, without bothering you, and I paid my phone bill if I can. I just haven't been able to today because I have to get the money on my card and then pay it online. But
well, I gotta.
Anyway,
you're here, so that's a good thing. At least you showed up, right?
Exactly.
But
I didn't bother you with anything.
No, I went back and I checked galleries today.
I did my work today, right?
Yeah, but it's been a little bit, since you had done a gallery, and I figured, maybe a couple.
Don't
wait a minute.
Say the number.
I thought it was just a couple of weeks. I figured maybe 2-3 weeks at the most. I go back to the last.
Say the number, dude.
Last time Boone's done a gallery is May 20, 31 days, May 20th, bro. This motherfucker, 31 days.
Really said the number.
31 days ago, I checked, and the last time Boone's done a gallery is 31 days ago. Unfucking believable. You know what? What?
Now, out of context, that sounds fucking that sounds terrifying and terrible and horrible and all these other words. But you and I both know there's some backstory to it.
Mm-hmm.
You told me that you couldn't afford to pay me as much. You needed to cut my shit in half, so you cut my work in half. So the second half of last month was the 15 days, or whatever, 20 days, that I didn't work out of the 30 whatever. So you cut those days off. It's really only been like 10 days. And I haven't been able to work for 10 days because I didn't have a computer because it was broken. The same problem that you already fucking yelled at me for.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Like, oh, get the fuck out of here, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, buddy. All right. So this is.
Were you playing Jeopardy?
Well, I played Ain't Nobody Got Time for That, and then we did Your Fire. No, Jeopardy's when you just go on a rant. Normally Jeopardy pops up when it's like...
that was the perfect Jeopardy moment. They were saying it in the chat room, so I thought you played it. I can't hear shit on this phone, so...
Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk some random stuff here in the beginning. Then we're going to get into Monday Night Raw from last night. You know what? Raw wasn't that bad last night. A lot of people were bitching online about it. I didn't think it was so bad. It wasn't terrible.
I didn't get to see it all. I started
God.
I started it live on TV in my living room, and I thought it was fucking awesome. That first thing when they kept restarting the match and canceling it and this and that. I thought that was so fucking cool. And then I saw the Dean Ambrose and what was it, Kane match, I think.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't even know why I stopped watching it. But something came up, and I know what happened, but I didn't see it.
Well, it's good to have you back online. So I mean, you went out, you got a brand new computer, so that's a good thing. And numbers are coming around, right?
It's not brand new. It's It's not brand new. I bought it from a pawn shop, and it's a laptop. It's a better laptop than the one I had, but the keyboard, a couple of the keys don't work on it. So I had to get an additional keyboard, a wireless keyboard, and then you plug the USB thing in there, and the thing hits it, and it's a wireless keyboard. So I have to use that with the laptop. It's all getified.
You know, we're going head to head tonight with the NBA Finals. You know, Monday Night Raw. They had a night off last night. You know, and we're 9 o'clock Eastern time. Actually, the pre-show starts at 8:30, but 9 o'clock. You know, the finals started, man. It's series is tied right now, 1-1. One for the Heat, and the Heat crushed them the other night. And the Spurs won game 1, Heat won game 2, and now the next 3 games are in San Antonio. So hopefully,
Spurs still have Tim Duncan.
They do. Yep. They've got actually, to be honest with you, I mean, Tim Duncan was the star of that team all year long, and Tony Parker right now is just on fire, man.
Tearing it up,
yeah, they weren't. I mean, they got crushed in game 2, but we'll see what happens. I mean, people say that the Spurs are unstoppable at home, and the next 3 games are in San Antonio. So see what happens there. So let me let's run it down. I put some stuff here in the mini show file that I do for myself. We're going to talk Monday Night Raw from last night in hour number 1. We'll get through that, and then in hour number 2, we'll be doing the rapid fire segment and your live phone calls as well. Let me see, what did I put in here? Maybe we'll do a poll or something tonight. We'll figure something out. Somebody in the chat room come up with
What's the big story?
I mean, there's not really any big stories.
Frank Jackson and TNA. You want to do something with that?
Yeah, somebody in the chat room come up with something. And
I didn't see the. We'll have to talk about it in depth later. But the I heard they started an angle with already with Rampage TNA with Kurt Angle.
Do you know? I was gonna bring this up. We were doing the rapid fire segment last week, and we did it real quick. Remember, we were running late on time, and it was kind of yes no, you know. And somebody asked last week. They said, Ryan and Boone, do you think they're gonna do an angle between Rampage and Kurt Angle? I said yes. And you said no, and when you said no,
I don't remember that at all, really?
yeah, and I'm thinking, why? I mean, there's a feud right there. It's Kurt Angle, Rampage. You know, Kurt Angle, you know, an Olympic. He's a wrestler. He's got the great ground game. Of course, they're gonna do an angle. But for some reason, you said no last week, and I now that I mean, you said you don't remember this week, but I kept thinking to myself all week long that there's no way that Matt really believed that they weren't gonna do an angle between.
No, they said maybe it was worded like, "Do you think they'll start it immediately or something?" And I said no because I didn't think they'd be putting him in TNA already. I thought they'd have him do a fight or something first, and then have him train for wrestling in the background, while he's fighting and stuff, and then bring him in. But they brought him right in immediately.
Well.
How was he? I mean, you have to tell me. Was he entertaining, or was he like a fucking fighter that doesn't translate to wrestling?
I tried to get a hold of you last week because remember I said last week here, I said that there was going to be a conference call on Wednesday afternoon with Rampage, Dixie Carter.
Oh, that's right.
And Bjorn. So I sent you a text message at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. And
my fucking sister always has my phone. I never have.
Right, so nobody ever responded, and I said, yo, you're missing a good call. So I was on the call, and Rampage was, I mean, he was calm, man. He basically said, that, I mean, first and foremost, he hates UFC, all right? He cannot stand UFC. He can't stand Dana White. And you could tell that he said, due to, lawyers and everything else, he really didn't want, or actually, UFC made him sign a non-disclosure thing where he goes out and basically can't shit talk or blast UFC. But basically, I mean, he came out and he can't stand Dana White. He said that he lost his passion for fighting, and ever since the A-Team movie, Dana White just turned into a complete dickhead. And then Dana White came back and responded, the following day that, listen, man, Rampage went out, tried to make it in Hollywood, and completely failed, and now he's pissed off about it. That's not my problem. And Rampage is like, no, dude, you were a fucking douchebag. The money and there was never any thank you for fighting for you, this, that, and the other thing. So he can't stand UFC, and basically went on to say that Bellator came to him, Spike TV and Bellator came to him, and Bellator hooked him up big. I mean, I guess they
That's
bought
what I was
they
gonna
bought.
ask. I was gonna
Listen,
ask you, do you have any specifics on the deal? Because
all right, they
he
bought.
was saying he's leaving UFC for money. Originally, his whole thing was he's leaving UFC because of money. He's not being paid what he thinks he deserves. So he's going to go in the open market and try to get more. But I can't see Bellator paying more. Now with the TNA thing added to it, do you know how all that breaks down?
He said on the conference call that he didn't want to get into specifics, but he said that they bought him a sweet car, which was number one. They bought him a sweet car and a condo somewhere in Florida, right out like a beachfront condo. So I know that he.
TNA is based in Florida. So
Right. So I know that he got a condo and a sweet car is his words out of it, and then a ton of money, man. But he basically said that
how long is the deal?
he didn't mention how long it was for. He kept going back to, he said it's like when you're with a girlfriend, right? You get with a brand new girlfriend, and at first it's all lovey-dovey, and you're all kissing each other, this, that, and the other thing, and then over time, you just want to give her a peck on the cheek instead of making out with her, right? Because it gets old. It's the same old shit, man. So it's like, yo, at first everything's, I love...
You show me the hottest chick in the world, and I'll show you somebody that's tired of fucking her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody gets, you know...
Right, so basically Rampage says that right now he's basically French kissing Bellator and Bjorn Rebney and everybody else, right? He loves it, dude, and you know, he says that Bjorn gets it and Bellator gets it, and he's just madly in love right now with Bjorn Rebney and Bellator.
Because it's new, they're recording
exactly.
Trying to, they're trying to get in his pants if we're using the relationship analogy still.
Exactly.
And and now that they're sweet on each other because it's fresh.
Yes,
love,
exactly, and that's Rampage kept going back
there.
So then,
now Bellator does the tournaments. He's gonna be playing tournaments, or are they gonna create super fights and do the King Road fight and these kind of fights?
Rampage kept bringing up the tournament style and said that it's awesome to have tournaments, and that he would.
In Japan, and he did well.
Right, and he kept talking about Pride and the tournaments in Pride and how awesome they were, and that they were going to do the same thing in Bellator. Now the thing with TNA is, they brought him in immediately. That week, the following night, they had Impact Live. Last Thursday night. So, Rampage comes out, Jeremy Borash is in the ring and basically says, we've got a new acquisition. Rampage comes out and Kurt Angle's, Rampage basically gets, one or two sentences on the microphone and it's like, it's great to be here. I'm going to try to prove to you guys that, I can be a pro wrestler. This is a dream of mine. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and I'm here in TNA and I want to face the best. And with that, Kurt Angle comes out and basically grabs the microphone and says, you want to come to TNA, you want to face the best, you're looking at the best right here. And then they had like a stare down. Angle walked away and Rampage, kind of stood in the ring. It was just basically a face-off. Now, Rampage on the conference call said that he would need about 3 or 4 months to, get things down. Dixie Carter was on the call. Dixie Carter was on the call as well and said, that Rampage already knows some of the moves, like stuff on the ground. He's already pretty good at from MMA. So the idea here is 3 or 4 months, is Rampage kept saying that over and over on the conference call. He needs about 3 or 4 months before he thinks that he can be able to get in the ring. Well, that TNA, they're going to try to start in the fall, but there's no confirmed date for Bellator, but they want to make it in the fall. And Rampage says that.
I'm not good with
wait a minute.
How many months away is the fall?
You're looking 3 or 4 months, man. 3 or 4 months.
So they're going to do both in 3 or 4 months?
Well, basically the idea here is TNA, they're not doing monthly pay-per-views. They do pay-per-views every 3 or 4 months. Well, they just had Lockdown. They just had Lockdown a couple of weeks ago. So the idea here is to bring Rampage out, set up the feud between Kurt Angle and Rampage, and then Rampage says he needs 3 or 4 months to be able to, get in the ring and face somebody. So the next pay-per-view, wait a minute. The next pay-per-view is Bound for Glory. That's TNA's big WrestleMania pay-per-view. So it works out perfectly where they set up the angle, timing-wise, where they set up the angle on Impact. It's going to be Kurt Angle against Quentin Rampage Jackson. He needs 3 or 4 months. That match will take place at Bound for Glory, and then after the Bound for Glory match, that's when he'll go into Bellator. So basically, he's going to wrestle in TNA before he has his first official fight in Bellator. It works out perfect timing-wise. Yeah,
timing-wise. But yeah, he I think he'll pick up the wrestling. It's a matter of how much he's committed to it and how much he's being paid, because he's all about money. But he was a wrestling fan growing up, I was a big fan of Junkyard Dog, JYD. That's why he wears the big chain, does the howling and all that shit. He's really kind of
I said,
the question I had for you real quick was, you said there was no promo. They just had a stare down between Angle and Rampage. Two quick questions.
No, there was a promo. There was a promo. Rampage came out and basically said, I'm glad to be here in TNA, and I want to try to prove to you guys that I can become a pro wrestler, and I want to face the best.
There was no promo with them talking shit back and forth. I mean, like, they didn't start that shit.
Well, then Angle came out and said, you know, if you want to face the best, you are looking at the best. I'm right in front of you. I'm staring you right in the face. So that was it. I mean, there was no back and forth. Yeah.
So the two questions I had was, A, how did it look? Was it intense? Was it a cool moment? Like, holy shit. And then B, Rampage physically, is he bigger than Angle? Smaller? Does he look out of place with wrestlers? Like, do they look way bigger than him? Or
one quick thing. I said Lockdown was a couple of weeks ago. It was actually Slammiversary a couple of weeks ago. My bad. But Rampage is a lot bigger than Angle.
Really?
Yeah. As far as even
when he gets in shape for a fight, he usually loses about 35, 40 pounds. He'll be a lot smaller.
Right, and he's going to be training for Bellator while he's training for Bound for Glory. Basically, going to be training for the same thing. But
no, I'm saying he fights at 205 pounds. When he's not fighting, he usually walks around like 240. He'll be a lot smaller.
Well, and not only that, but for Rampage's pro wrestling debut, I mean, there's no better guy to be in the ring with, a guy that can pretty much carry a match with anybody in Kurt Angle. So he's going to have 3 or 4 months to train for this match, and then he's going to be in there with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's going to be able to make him look good anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then he'll say slam me here, slam me there, and then he'll do some selling, and then Angle will just kind of wrestle on the mat. There's no way that it'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be
really
real good.
Looking forward. I might actually start watching TNA to see what they do with Rampage.
Yeah,
regular.
I've caught TNA Impact the last 4 weeks. I am telling you, dude, I'm telling you, man, what I watch on Thursday night puts Monday Night Raw. I mean, I'm not trying to be a TNA marker or anything like that. It's just that I'm a little bit older, man. You know, I'm 32 years old, and it's a lot more. I mean, WWE,
it's different. Like, is it the same? Is it shit we've already seen, but it's different than what Raw's doing more edgy?
It reminds.
It's the same old shit, or is it creative shit? New shit?
It's WCW-like, man, but it's a lot more edgy. I mean, I compare it to WCW, and WCW back in the day had some good stuff, man. You don't
feel like a little kid when you watch their product.
You don't.
It's familiar and you've seen this kind of stuff before. It's better than watching the kiddie shit WWE's doing.
It's much better. I mean, WWE, you get it's 100% pure kiddie shit. And Impact,
you really have to be a diehard fan.
Impact would be like a PG-13 type thing. You know what I mean, dude? It's more for adults. You know, it's not so kiddie, man. It's completely different, you know. It's not completely different. I mean, it's pro wrestling, you know.
It's like they're stuck in the Attitude Era for WCW, but it's better than watching kiddie fucking WWE shit.
Just watch Impact on Thursday night, and then we'll come back on here and talk about it, and you'll be like,
Rampage gonna be on Thursday?
I don't know what they're gonna do with Rampage. I think they set up the angle with Angle, set up the storyline with Angle, and I don't know if he's gonna come back on a weekly basis, or I would say they're probably gonna keep him off TV. He does appear next week because next week's show is already taped, so so he is gonna appear next. Watch Impact next week.
When he came out for TNA, did he have entrance music? If he did, what was it? What was he wearing? Street clothes? Did he have like a look?
He used the UFC entrance with the howl, the "Arr!" You know what I mean? And then he did the whole thing when he came out. You know, just like his UFC entrance. He had the chain around his neck. It was the UFC entrance in TNA. It was the same thing.
Cool.
So. Yeah, but check it out on Thursday night if you get some time, dude. It was a really well done segment. Yeah, so all right, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's get these the plugs out of the way. Hey, did you see the
well, real quick, we're talking about that for a poll. Is there a poll we can base around that, or I can't think of anything?
We know that they're gonna face off at Bound for Glory. We'll think of something. Give me just a minute, and then we'll put something up. Hey, did you guys? They yell at me every week. I see the Mac in the chat room right now, right? They yell at me every week because I don't plug my forums. PWSforums.com. Check it out. The best forum on the internet. I got great mods over there in a guy named Swinney and a guy named the Mac. They're awesome dudes, and they hold it down over there. PWSforums.com. Speaking of PWSforums.com, big sign at Monday Night Raw last night. PWS Forums.
I saw the picture of it. Yeah.
It was about 8 rows back in the audience, so there was an Army member in attendance last night. Big thanks to Can't remember your name, dude. I know you emailed me. I'll try to pull it up here and
Where was they last? Where was Raw last night?
They're in Greensboro tonight. They were in Roanoke, Virginia last night.
Virginia. Okay. Man, we got fucking Army members everywhere. How cool is that? We don't even ask for signs, and they're just popping up all over the country.
Big old PWS forum sign last night. It was awesome, man. So that was big thanks to the guy that brought that last night. Check out our live. Oh, speaking of Monday Night Raw last night, I tried something new last night. These guys have been begging me pretty much every week, man. You gotta open up the chat room, the WZR radio chat room. Open it up on Monday nights, and we'll have a discussion where everybody can come in and they can talk about Raw. Pretty much where all you guys are right now in the chat room, WZROnline.com/chat. Every Monday night we had what were the numbers last night, guys? 25, 30 people in there last night for a Raw chat. It was a pretty good turnout for
the official WZR Army Raw chat room.
It was a pretty good turnout. I think we had about 30 people in there last night, which was, it was the first week that we did it. So I think every Monday night we're gonna do a Raw chat where you guys, the chat room's open whenever you guys want to come in all week long, 365 days a year. So every Monday night, WZROnline.com/chat, come on in. You can chat it up with pretty much the same guys that are in here right now, and we'll just kind of do a Raw chat every Monday. What were you gonna say?
I forgot to tell you, I have this new computer has a built-in webcam and microphone. We got to do something with Skype where I was thinking maybe like do the rapid fire session interactive video wise, like have you on your Skype, me on my Skype, and then embed those two fucking videos on a page, and then we'll do the questions on camera. But we'll do the radio show with it. Like we'll be holding the microphone, but we'll be on camera.
Yeah, I gotta get a webcam. I don't have a webcam on here, so I would. I have one on. I've got one on my laptop, but I don't have it on the main computer here. So, all right. So anyway, check out the Raw chat room, live Monday Night Raw chat room. It's gonna be every Monday night. WZROnline.com/chat. I'm in there. All the guys that are in here right now, pretty much all of them guys are in here as well. So it was a good time last night. What's that?
It's a little dead right now in the chat room. Like you said, traffic's pretty low.
I know. It is kind of dead, man. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. Come on in here. A bunch of good people as always. Couple more things.
It's so hot here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing, and I can't turn the fan on because you'll get an echo on the cell phone. One other thing before we move on. Actually, a couple other things. There's going to be a WZR Radio Fantasy League. Rygao, Winner's Lair, I can't remember whoever set it up, but it's for the NFL. It's a fantasy league. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have 10 people. We already have about 7 people in there, so I think there are 3 spots that remain. Basically, what we're going to do, I didn't tell you about this part, Boone, but it's going to be $50 for whoever wants to get in. You all pay $50, and then at the end of the year, we'll do like first place gets $200, second place gets $100, and third place gets $50. If we do 10 people, it'll be a little bit more than that. Right now, it's a setup for 8, but it'll be $50.
How long do I have to sign up for that?
You've got months and months. We're not going to do the draft for a while, but it's going to be a fantasy league. We've already got pretty much all the members, guys. So you'd have to talk to the guy that is in charge. I think Rygao. I don't know if there's a couple more, but we're still working. They're working on the detail. Basically, I got an invite. I'm not really in charge of it. These guys are the ones running it, but I'm going to be in it. RKO.
Well, if the season doesn't start for several months, why are we talking about this already? Like, what's going on?
Well, we're just kind of high. It's going to be something fun where we're going to talk about it. Maybe we can give you guys links. Everybody that's not in it, you can view the matchups and things like that. Like when I play Boone or something like that, we can give you all links, and then you can watch, who wins. So we'll come on here. We'll talk about it. We're going to do like a draft. RKO and Rygao are going to set it all up, man. They invited me and you, and we're going to get involved in that. I do fantasy every year. I'm going to teach you how to do it, and
I've never done fantasy football, so this will be exciting.
Yeah. It's going to be a pretty cool deal. And then 2 more things, and they involve pro wrestlers, right? First of all, Big Vito, man, right? You know how I'm always putting news links and everything else up on Facebook, right? Well, Vito, Vito comes in, bro, and like randomly, he'll just start replying to people on the threads, like talking shit, dude. Like, yo, you still in your mom's station wagon, dude? You still in the basement?
Really?
Just randomly, yo, and he's like going back and forth with the fans and shit like that, dude. He's talking about going out to the bars. He's talking about getting all these hot girls and everything else, dude. Right? So he's talking.
You really
Yeah.
still swinging? Come on.
Yo, so he's talking about the station wagon, right? And the best comeback. Come on, Rygal, you could vouch for this in the chat room, right? I remember the gallery that we did where we found an advertisement where Big Vito was working at a car dealership, right? He's not really resident, right, dude? So he's talking about the station wagon, and I'm like, yo, motherfucker, Big V, dude, what's up, dude? You sell station wagons at that fucking used car dealership? Send him the photo and shit, dude. I get an email. Take that shit down. Ah, dude, ask Rygal. We call him a bitch. We're like, Vito, you're a jobber, bro. Vito, I said, Vito, you're a fucking jobber, bro. You are a jobber, bro. You're a nobody. He just comes back with lame ass comebacks. You know what I mean, dude? Just lame shit.
Rygal says, tell him how bad I got him. What'd Rygal say?
Rygal's always talking shit. You jobber. You're a nobody. You're a has-been.
Oh, he said, I hope you sell cars more than you sell moves.
Yeah, it's pretty. We rag on him pretty hard, man. So if you ever see him, that's.
Gotta get him back on the air so we can fuck with him in person again.
That's the real Vito that comments on some of the threads. So if you see like Big Vito Lagrasso on there, that's really him, dude. Just fucking have at him.
How many people from this generation do you think even know who Big Vito is?
The Mama Luke's going back to WCW. I mean, he's been around for a while.
Come on, man, that's 13 years ago now.
Yeah, but he's people would know him in WWE for the whole dress gimmick. I mean, not many guys come out and wear dresses on television, you know.
Yeah, but even that was 7-8 years ago now, dude. You forget the fans and it's a younger audience because of the way they program their content, you know, with the PG and everything.
No.
I'd say there's a lot of fans who have no clue they don't even probably have never even heard the name Big Vito.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for motherfucking Big Vito, dude. All right, and then
you gotta talk about Sonny, right? That's gotta be.
That's the other one, right? So Sonny.
Oh man, you guys have a history. We have a new chapter. What do we got?
Well, first of all, by the way, there were no tweets from Dixie Carter. There were no tweets from Dixie Carter this week. I didn't get any tweets from her this week. You fucking scumbag. Yeah. So anyway, check it out, man. All right, here's the deal with Sonny, right? Tammy Sitch. All right, listen.
I love it. I can't wait.
I got like we've always had like I don't know what to compare it to. It's like a brother-sister relationship where I fight with her, right? She fights with me. I fight with her.
It's like a married couple, to be honest with you, man.
It's kind of like a married couple, and I've had this for a couple of years now with Sonny, right? And here's the deal.
One of them was a big thing on the radio. A lot of fans might remember with the voicemails and the emails and all that shit.
Well, she'll call up and she'll leave these rambling voicemails and everything else, and I've always told her, I said, listen, Tammy, I'm not. If you get arrested, if you go out and get arrested, it's my job to go and put that stuff on the website. She doesn't like it when I put her mugshots and everything else up on the website. She doesn't like it. So I tell her, then don't go out and get arrested. I said, this dude baits you, the boyfriend. Well, there's two sides to every story. The dude basically, she claims that, the guy will be all nice to her and he'll bait her over there and she'll go over, and then as soon as she gets over, they'll get in a big fight, big argument. He winds up calling the cops and then she gets arrested. I said, well, stop taking the bait. Don't go over there. You know what I mean? You know what happens every time that he'll be all lovey-dovey to you, and then you wind up going over there.
Psychotic person. Hey, stop being crazy.
Right. So then she'll go over there, and she'll be arrested, and then, the article will come out. We'll put it up on the website. Well, she wanted me, just a couple of months ago when all the arrest stuff were coming. I didn't come on here and tell you guys this, but she wanted me to go out there and basically plant a false story, a fake story that had to do with her boyfriend, and basically trash him and accuse him of doing drugs and everything else, right? I told her no. I said, I'm not going to put a fake story out there. It's not something that I...
You to put a babyface spin on her life story.
I said, that's not something I do, Tam. It's just, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put it out there.
Did you say Tam?
I call her Tam. Or whatever. Tammy, Tam. So, so never wound up doing it. Shut up, dude. So anyway, she comes back and she was fine, right? Just a couple of nights ago, she was fine, and she said, I got a brand new cell phone number. here it is. Obviously, don't give it out. And I got a new email, and she was basically. You're a dickhead, bro. So she sends all this stuff over, right? And sent her an email, gave her a call, and everything was fine. She sounded great, man. She sounded good, right? Then I find out.
I heard so much when I was a kid, bro. She was so fucking hot, man.
Oh, dude. She can be the nicest person, bro, and then she can turn into an evil. Oh man, oh man, oh man. But so everything was good, right? Everything was fine, and I find out last night or the night before last night that she was on Twitter and she was emailing different people asking for money and everything else. She won't answer. She won't answer her cell phone now. She won't answer her email. She's nowhere to be found. I've got no idea.
Did you leave her a voicemail saying like Tam, pick up Tam?
I said Tam. I said Tam, call me. I'm getting worried about you. I don't like this.
It's right here.
I said we just talked about it. I don't know what the deal is. I haven't. Maybe that's her.
Is that her right there?
No, it's not her.
Listen, she should call in. That would be the thing.
But I said, so she's nowhere to be found. I don't know what the deal is, but it doesn't sound good, man. She was fine just a couple of nights ago, and so anyway, she's gonna come on here, and when she comes on here, it's basically we're probably gonna fight. We're probably gonna get in an argument.
Yeah, listen, I listened to that whole thing, and I still don't know what's going on. Give me a quick one-line summary of what happened. What happened? What started? What happened? I don't even know what the hell happened yet. She said something to you, and you said something back?
No, she's out of jail, and she's better, and she changed her email, and changed her cell phone, and everything else, and contacted me. Oh, and then the thing is here's what she said the other night. She's going... She's going. There's no beef right now. Everything was fine. So she's going back and forth with a. She's going back and forth with a fan on Twitter, and the fan's basically saying, "Fuck you! You didn't have any cancer." She came out and said she had cancer, right? Da 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 da. And she's going back, and the fans being a douchebag, saying you didn't have cancer. It's all for publicity. Da 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 da. And you're just lying again. You lie all the time. And so now she wants to send over to me her medical records, and she wants the medical records. Obviously, I would blur certain things out, sensitive stuff out. But she wants the medical records.
Medical records will prove what?
Will prove that she did see a doctor and that she did have cancer, and it will put all the rumors aside. And she wants this up on the website, so you may be seeing some medical records
she was
from.
Medicating, not doping.
She's very angry that people don't believe that she doesn't have cancer or didn't. She's cancer free now. She came out and said that I'm cancer free, everything is good. But people say that, oh, get out of here, you never had cancer in the first place. So she wants to send over the medical bills to prove to all of you guys that she did have cancer and that she did go to the hospital, and we're gonna put this up on the website so that da-da-da-da-da-da. So she's crazy, bro. She's nuts. She's crazy. I'm telling you, she's a certified nut job. But anyway, we're gonna have her on here, WZR Radio, and it's gonna be great. I'm telling you, when you hear
before or after Just Incredible, who never came on, or fucking what's his face that had that incident in Chili's and then got out of jail. What was his name? He never came on.
We're gonna have Tammy on here. Justin, we can still get at any time. It's not a problem, man.
Sean Waltman never came on.
We can call. I can call Justin right now and have him on here, man. We can call Tammy, but she's not gonna answer her cell phone. She's not gonna pick up. I've tried. I tried 3 times today.
Let's talk about it live on the air. What's everybody listening? What's the agenda with Sunny? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna have a straight interview with her? Are we gonna fuck with her and have fun?
No, yeah, I mean she'll have fun. I mean, she's basically gonna tell. She wants to be able to. She wanted to, but I don't know where she is. I've got no idea. But she wanted to come on here, tell her side of the story. Said that there's 2 sides to every story, and she claims that her boyfriend is back on the drugs and he's on the alcohol, and she's the one that's sober now and he's on the drugs and the alcohol, and there's 2 sides to every story. She wants to explain what happened. She wants to get the medical records out, and then she disappears the last 2 days. So we were gonna have her on tonight, and she's gone. She's not here. I don't know where she is. Go on.
I wish we could play like I wish we could play sound drops, but she couldn't hear them. So while she's telling her story, we could just be fucking with her with the drops and shit.
I know, you're right. But no, she's good people. When she's sober, she's good people. When she's not sober, she's can be just a train wreck. So yeah, I don't know.
Train wrecks are entertaining, so it should be good radio.
It'll make for good radio. So we're gonna get her on here as long as I don't know if she fell off the way. I don't know where she is right now, but either way, we'll try to get a hold of her. And soon. She might be, man. You may hear something in the coming days, man. I don't know if she's back at the ex-boyfriends or what. So anyway, we're gonna get into Monday Night Raw. We got about 20 minutes to get through that. And one more.
You watched the Chad Dawson fight or the UFC fight this time?
I watched both of them. The Chad Dawson was crazy. That was unbelievable, man.
I didn't see what happened.
Oh my God, bro. I can send you. Hold on. You want to see what happened? Hold on.
Yeah, knockout.
Yeah, you got a fast computer?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, check this out right here. What I'm about to. Okay, everybody.
Everybody wants to see this. Go to WZROnline.com.
All right.
/chat.
Check that out, man. This happened in the first round, bro. That's Chad Dawson, by the way.
Oh, within a minute of the first round.
Right.
Is Dawson the one that got knocked out?
Dawson's down on the ground right there. Knocked out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
Who the fuck is fighting?
Who's the guy that Dawson was fighting? It's not really a.
Wow, he got knocked out in a minute.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
In the first round too, it was crazy.
Crazy. Look at him running around.
You know, and then House is telling me, like, if you watch that again, right? House is telling me, yo, dude, they should have let it continue. I said, dude, did you watch the 10 count? At the end of the 10 count, the dude was still wobbly, man. He still couldn't stand up. It was crazy. It was ridiculous.
It was a perfect knockout.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. But Chad Dawson knocked out, and then UFC was pretty good with Fabricio Verdum taking out Nogueira. That was
yeah, Nogueira was looking good. I was hoping he would have pulled it off. What did you think of Thiago Silva getting that knockout over Feijiao?
That was nasty too. Thiago Silva's gonna go on to do big things. I heard he called out Anderson Silva, was it? I think, right?
I believe. No, he's 205. It would have been Jones.
John Jones. That's what it was.
We saw Thiago Silva and Lyoto Machida. Machida knocked him out and everything. But what was I gonna say? There was 8 submissions on that show, which tied a UFC record, I believe. So we had the most knockouts on the last UFC and the most submissions on this one.
Really? Yeah. There were. I know there were a ton of submissions, man. It was.
They were in Brazil for that show. Good show. Really good show.
Yeah, no doubt. All right.
What do we got, man?
All right. We're gonna get into Monday Night Raw. One last thing. There's a guy, right? Chad Baxter. He's known as real name is Derek Four, right? He's trying to sell his contract, right? He got fired from WWE. He's all pissed off. He came out and he said that WWE treats their talents like whores, right? WWE's the pimps and the talents are the whores. So he wants to sell his WWE contract. And he's online, he's on Twitter, and basically offering, man, somebody pay me money and I'll send the contract over. I'm thinking to myself, this is a developmental contract, bro. Are you that hard up for cash that you're going to go out and try to sell your developmental contract? Come on, bro. It's not even a main talent contract, bro. So basically, no, we're not going to, for those who have asked on Facebook and here, no, we're not going to buy the dude's contract. It's ridiculous, man. He must be hard up for cash.
Did you hear about this guy, what the fuck was his name? I want to say something like Mountain Man Rock or something. His gimmick was, back in the day, he had a guitar, but the guitar was shaped like the WWE logo, and he was like a fat rocker guy. That was his gimmick. Anyways, he had this videotape of all the wrestlers, like Kevin Nash, all these guys during that era, getting high as fuck on drugs. And it's on camera, and he tried selling a video of it and shit, but like just to make money because he was so broke. It sounds like what this guy's doing. Like he's selling a contract.
He's got to be broke or something, dude. You know what I mean? But either way, no, we're not gonna buy his stupid contract, and who knows how much money he wants for. I wouldn't pay him more than what, $25 for a developmental contract. It's got nothing in it.
I'm sure that shit's public anywhere. I'm sure you could probably find one of those online somewhere.
Who knows? But either way, somebody's going to wind up buying it, I guarantee you. Somebody will go out and purchase it and put it online.
Oh, yeah, there'll be a mark out there. They'll buy that.
They'll watermark it and everything else and, hype it up as a big old thing. I got a feeling I know who's going to buy it. But, yeah. Him. Just because he's a moron.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, dude. All right.
This here autographed copy of the developmental contract from the WWE. I tell you what, right now.
Oh man, get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. Get in there, lots and lots of people as always in there tonight. We got 18 minutes to run down a Monday Night Raw from last night, man. You caught the opening, you said, or what?
Yeah, I thought it was so fucking awesome. Vince, I mean, hey, anything that gets us to watch, 4 Vince McMahon struts all the way down the aisle, I'm for it. You know what I mean? Count me in. I just thought it was really cool. They canceled the match, restart. Battle of Power and Ego.
Oh,
it was just really cool.
So check it. I forget to do this every week. So right now we're gonna run down Monday Night Raw from last night.
Where's the theme music? Come on, man. Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. Hey. WWE Raw.
WWE Monday Night Raw.
2013.
All right. So Monday Night Raw. We kick it off, right? And basically, we knew the week before because he said it that when Raw came on the air next Monday night, this man right here.
Time to play the game!
Wow! All right, so Triple H comes to the ring, right? And can you believe it? There were no creative changes over the week. They went with a storyline that they had hyped up the previous week. Triple H was going to come to the ring and he was going to call out Curtis Axel. Well, that's what happened. But so they start and they begin a match. It's Triple H and Curtis Axel, and right in the middle, right in the beginning of the match, this man's music hits. Yeah, buddy.
Go get him, Vince.
All right, so Vince McMahon comes out, right, and he goes over to Justin Roberts, and he basically says, "I want you to speak into the microphone right now and say the winner of this match by result of disqualification, Curtis Axel."
Hey, stand up. Right. Because he started to do the announcement sitting, he just stand up.
He says stand up, right? So Triple H is pissed off. So Vince McMahon walks away, walks back up the ramp, and Triple H goes over and orders Justin Roberts to restart the match.
And they say on the commentary, they say it's the battle between the CEO and the COO. So I guess Triple H is still the COO.
All right, so the match is restarted, and Vince McMahon comes back down the ramp, right? And he orders Justin Roberts this time to say the winner of the match via forfeit is Curtis Axel. Triple H is once again pissed off, and
this time, let me say it. Doesn't he restart the match and make it a fucking what was the gimmick? Oh shit, I forget. Go ahead and say it.
60-man Iron Man match.
Yeah, an Iron Man match.
Right.
That was funny.
All right, so Vince, of course, is pissed off once again, and he comes back down, and he's pissed off and basically grabs the microphone, and this time he decides that he's going to take the microphone and he's going to take the ring bell, as well. Now here's the deal with the ring bell. Was that originally planned? Because if you noticed, okay.
The next match, there was no ring bell for
there was no ring bell for the start of the next match, and not only that, but there was something wrong with the ring bell. When the ring bell first came to start the match, oh come on, man. When the bell rang to start the match, originally the Triple H Curtis Axel, there was something wrong. Did anybody notice that? And it sounded weird, right?
Oh, what could be wrong with it? You just hit it with a hammer or something. How could it be messed up?
See, 6 foot goods and Shop Tall Man and everybody else in the chart, and they see something Something was up with the ring bell.
What was up with that? Did it just sound weird?
It just sounded different. It wasn't your normal ring bell. It was like something was fucked up with it. So when Vince took the ring bell to the back, and then when they came back from the commercial break, I think it was the Kane versus Dean Ambrose. There was no ring bell to start the match, and then in the middle of the match, the guy came running down the ramp, got a big pop from the crowd, and brought the ring bell back out.
Now,
but I'm wondering.
After that, when they did do a ring bell, did it sound like shit again, or
No,
was it a new bell?
Sounded like the normal ring bell this time, man. It was different. So I'm wondering if Vince noticed that there was a problem with the ring bell, but it made sense that Vince came out and took away the microphone and the ring bell so that Triple H couldn't come over and restart the match with no ring bell and no microphone,
yeah,
right?
I'm sure that's the reason why, and I guess just because he had it, they fixed it while he had it. I don't know. I didn't catch that.
It made sense though for Vince to take the ring bell because it was part of the storyline. It was part of the whole thing where if I take the ring bell and I take the microphone, you can't restart the match anyways because I got the ring bell.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't know, but it was something was weird there. Anyways,
peculiar.
So we go to a commercial break. We come back and Triple H and Stephanie are backstage, right? And Triple H is pissed off and said that what Vince did.
She is looking good, man.
Stephanie, she is look. I told you that last week, right? She's looking hot, man. So Vince, Stephanie's basically like, listen, man, the dude's 70 years old. Please don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. And Stephanie, Triple H basically says, yo, go talk to him and just tell him that I'm pissed. You know what I mean? So then we go into Kane against Dean Ambrose. Kane won here via disqualifications. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, the other two members of the Shield, came out, interfered, and basically took out Kane. Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan came out. They rushed in and made the save, and the Shield wound up backtracking and going through the crowd. They announced that for the WWE Payback coming up this Sunday on pay-per-view, Damian Sandow against Sheamus. Man, God, I'm thinking, who'd Sheamus piss off, right? What'd Sheamus do? Well, he's on the it's on the pre-show. Sheamus goes from main events on pay-per-views to the pre-show, right? Reminds me of like Miz, dude, where the guy's a guest referee a couple of weeks ago on Raw, and the dude used to be former world champion. You've got Sheamus, former world champion, right? And now he's on the pre-show.
But
I mean, God.
I think the thing with the pre-show is they try and have one big name on every pre-show to do like a last-minute hard sell.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So what else happened? There was a backstage segment. It was Kane and Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton. They're all, arguing. Vicky Guerrero walks up and she makes a couple of matches for later tonight. It's going to be Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan against Seth Rollins and The Shield. This is going to be for the tag team titles. Daniel Bryan's, all happy, and Kane's like, well, wait a minute, dude, are you kidding me? Team Hell No is Kane and Daniel Bryan, so why is Daniel Bryan teaming with Randy Orton? What about me? Basically, Kane can't believe it. Like, why does Orton get my spot? It's Team Hell No. And Vicky says that Kane's not going to be left out. It's going to be Kane against Dean Ambrose, the match that had just happened on Raw, but they're going to have another match this time for the IC title? No, the U.S. title at Payback. So Kane against Dean Ambrose for the U.S. title at Payback. So Kane's happy with that, right? And I think what's going to happen is I think we're finally going to get the Randy Orton heel turn at Payback. Daniel Bryan's acting all
clearly
crazy.
Daniel Bryan and Kane are splitting up, and I guess Daniel Bryan's supposed to get like a major push.
Yeah, and I think what's going to happen is Randy's been fed up in recent weeks. Everybody's kind of fed up with Daniel Bryan, and something's going to happen in that match where Randy Orton's just going to finally get fed up and say, fuck this, man, I'm taking you out, and he's going to screw over Daniel Bryan, and that's going to be the start of the heel turn. I mean, they did the tease on SmackDown last week where in the middle of the match, Randy Orton gave Daniel Bryan an RKO.
That's right.
I think it's going to be more than that come the pay-per-view, where it's going to be a full-fledged Randy Orton heel turn. That's going to be the start of it. I mean, it seems predictable, It
seems like it's been coming for a while, though, so you never know. But I heard Daniel Bryan Seth Rollins tore shit up.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We had the Miz. Miz came out, defeated Cody Rhodes, beat him with the figure 4 leg lock. Wade Barrett was on commentary here. Paul Heyman came out after the match was over. Fandango.
It's Fandango.
You should have played the theme music.
I don't think we have Fandango's theme on here.
Maybe you did.
Oh, I do have a Fandango.
Fucking Santa. Fucking dude.
Y'all putting your hands up to the side, you doing the dance, do.
No, I'm afraid not.
All right. So Fandango never comes out, but Paul Heyman did come out and basically says what happened is it is a legit concussion. He suffered it last Tuesday. Boy, concussions in WWE as
right? Yeah, it's a big deal with concussions.
Right?
I don't know what's going on.
Well, they happen, you know. I mean, it's a rough sport, you know what I mean. But Fandango last Tuesday night. Yeah, last Tuesday night at the SmackDown taping suffered a legit concussion. Passed his impact test backstage at Raw yesterday. Still needs to undergo some further tests later this week, and they're basically going to keep him off the pay-per-view. So in place of Fandango will be Curtis Axel. So it's still going to be a triple threat match. It's going to be the Miz, Wade Barrett, and Curtis Axel. Triple threat match this Sunday night. So Fandango pulled off the pay-per-view.
Fandango's cool off so much anyways. I don't think he's ever going to be worth a shit anymore now.
They ruined that, dude. You know?
Yep. They had something and they ruined it.
Yeah, of course.
Shocker.
Happened as a shocker, right? Let's see. What happened next? I lost
Well, tell me what happened next.
We had Stephanie McMahon. She wanted Vince to talk to Triple H. Vince wants nothing to do with it.
Crying and shit.
She wants nothing to do with it, or Vince wants nothing to do with it. Basically, if he goes and talks with Triple H, it's not going to end good. Is what Vince McMahon tells Stephanie. And then this man comes. So Jericho's here, right? And he's here to basically hype WWE Payback coming up this Sunday night on pay-per-view.
Wait, is it really this Sunday?
It's this Sunday, brother. This Sunday
God.
on pay-per-view, right? And he is interrupted by this man.
I am perfection. Perfection. I am perfection.
Come on. Hey, listen, I'm on fire with my cues tonight, right? Not bad
You
tonight.
are on fucking ball with these guys.
Yeah? Not bad, man.
Yeah.
So, Dolph Ziggler. We were just talking about concussions. A guy that suffered a concussion at a SmackDown taping just about a month ago. Fandango at the SmackDown taping, last week. And Dolph Ziggler just a couple of weeks ago at the SmackDown taping. So he comes out, he interrupts, and basically says, out of nowhere, basically says that he's going to be at WWE Payback, and he's going to be facing Alberto Del Rio, and says that he's one of the best. And Jericho always talks about being the best in the world, CM Punk being the best in the world, Dolph Ziggler's the show off. So Jericho says, listen, man, we can settle this right now, man. If you think you're better than me, you come out here. And Ziggler says, all right, I accept. And instead of him accepting, he says, I accept on behalf of Big E Langston. So they set up a match between Chris Jericho and Big E Langston, which Jericho wound up picking up the win there. They're not going to make Jericho look weak going into the pay-per-view, so they had him hit the code breaker on Big E Langston. So we'll get to Big E Langston here. We're going to come back to him.
Oh, God. You're going to tell me about that angle. I didn't get to see it, but it seems interesting on Facebook.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. We had Sin Cara made his return to Monday Night Raw. He's been ready to go for weeks, but God, the guy is Pretty much, right? Antonio Cesaro against Antonio Cesaro somehow picked up the win on Monday Night Raw.
Surprising that they gave him the win, right?
Right, but it's Sin Cara, so it's not that surprising. The
True.
thing here, the poll. I mean, nobody gave a shit about the match. It was almost Zeb Coulter was on the microphone, right? I am telling you, 99% of the lines that came from Zeb Coulter last night. You know how Vince McMahon is with politics and everything else, especially with his wife running. The whole government thing over the past week, it came out that the government is basically they've got access to everybody's phone records and everybody's email records and the Washington Post and a newspaper overseas called The Guardian, they broke the story that the government, top secret stuff where they've been watching everybody's phone calls and emails. And then Obama came out and said, listen, man, this is nothing new. We've been doing it for years. And, we're not, all we're looking at is the call times and we're not getting any sensitive information, right? So Zeb Coulter was, talking about Sin Cara being from Mexico and he's an illegal and he snuck over the border and at nighttime and Jerry Lawler kept coming back or Michael Cole kept coming back and saying, you know that Antonio Cesaro's from Switzerland, so what about him, dude? He's overseas. And he says, well, as far as I know, Cesaro got a valid passport and everything else, came over here legally, where Sin Cara is from Mexico, came over here illegally, right? He gave, yeah. So he gave a real quick update on Jack Swagger. Didn't really say, basically said Jack Swagger will be back sooner than later, and that was that. We don't know much about Jack Swagger, but he posted a photo on Twitter a couple of weeks ago where he had a bunch of stitches in his hand. You can check out the photos at WZROnline.com/photos. Photos of stitches in Jack Swagger's hand. I don't know how that occurred. He didn't reveal how, but
As far as bad as Hogan's disgusting fucking hands after that radiator explosion.
Yeah,
that was grotesque.
that was pretty nasty. And then
What else you got?
all right, real quick. There was a backstage segment, man. Poor Vicky Guerrero. Last night, Monday Night Raw was sponsored. What was that?
That was me saying, I got excuse me.
Oh, you want that? I got the sound clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice. I didn't think I had that one.
Yeah, man. So anyway, Vicky Guerrero. I mean, Monday Night Raw is sponsored by Carl's Jr. hamburgers or cheeseburgers or whatever it is last night. They kept going back, right? So, of course, you've got Vicky Guerrero. They're always joking about her weight and how much she eats and how she oinks like a pig and everything else, right? So there's a backstage segment. Of course, it's sponsored by Carl's Jr., so she's eating this huge bacon stuffed, salad.
They got her stuffing her face with a cheeseburger.
Just stuffing her face with a cheeseburger, right, dude? And she's just, So, anyways, they're talking.
Ricky, what we need you to do in segment number 12 of Monday Night Raw this week, we need you to eat this big-ass cheeseburger.
Yeah, it was a whole advertisement, man. So Vince comes up and he says, listen, man, you're putting my two main eventers in the pay-per-view, Ryback and John Cena. You're going to have them face off later tonight. What's wrong with you? Why would you put these two guys face to face in the ring? You're going to jeopardize the pay-per-view main event. So what are you doing? So Brad Maddox comes in and he impresses Vince McMahon. He says, well, we can put the lumberjacks, because there's the 3 stages of hell, and one of the stipulations is a lumberjack match, right? So tonight we'll have all the lumberjacks come out and surround the ring so that they can assure that nothing will happen, which then jeopardizes the pay-per-view main event. So Vince McMahon likes that idea and walks out. Speaking of walking out, we're walking out on you for our numero uno. We're coming back. We're coming back with our number 2. Stick around. We're gonna finish up Monday Night Raw. What? Rapid fire. Yeah, we're gonna do rapid fire. We're gonna be taking your live phone calls. So we're finishing up Monday Night Raw, doing rapid fire, taking your live phone calls, whatever you guys want to do in our numero dos. Tell them how they can submit rapid fire questions.
Exactly. We need you to go to Facebook.com/RyanClarkWZR, as the man was just saying, for the rapid fire in our numero dos. Submit your rapid fire statements. Keep them brief, 1 line or less. We'll get to as many as possible. And don't answer other people's. That's our job. You know what I'm saying? Facebook.com/RyanClarkWZR if you want to participate in the WZR rapid fire.
Don't jack my numero dos. That's my gimmick, dude. Don't jack that.
I've been saying numero dos for years, dickhead. It's Matt B-O-O-N-E in WZR, the place to be. Me and Ryan C. kicking it live in hour 3, minus 60 minutes to the limit, like John Cena's title spinning. No one battle me, I'm winning. No matter what you say. Now let me finish with a simple, oh yeah!
Oh yeah! You're listening to WZR Radio with Matty Boone and Ryan Clark. We'll be back right after this. And we're back, WZR Radio here for our numero dos. I'm Ryan Clark. Matt Boone will be here in just a second. We're competing with the NBA, tied up at 2. Game just started, man. So we're gonna keep you guys up to date on that. It's on ABC if you want to check it out. Just don't leave WZR Radio. You know,
Well, you're going to plug the basketball game until they all leave.
I got it on in the background here, man. Nobody needs the sound. I don't have sound. I'm doing a radio show.
Miami tonight?
It's 5-2, man. San Antonio just banked a 3. I didn't catch who it was, but it's 5-2. They're in San Antonio for the next 3 games.
Wow.
Series is tied up at 1 right now. It's basically 2 games in Miami, 3 games in San Antonio, and the final 2 in back in Miami. So the next 3 games.
Miami's got to win at least 1 on the road to avoid getting shut out.
Exactly. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a sweep anyways because it's tied up at 1. But yeah, to avoid losing the series, they've got to at least win 1 in San Antonio. Exactly. So, or the Spurs. I mean, they could win all 3 here and basically win the championship. You know, but I think they say the Spurs are unbeatable at home. So we'll see what happens, man. 7-4 right now.
That's the point I was making. Yeah, Miami's got to win at least 1 game on the road in San Antonio to get it back to Miami, so that's going to be tough to do.
All right, we're going to finish up Monday Night Raw. We're pretty much almost done with that. We got probably, well, without a doubt, the best match of the night we got to talk about. Then we're going to open it up, live phone calls and rapid fire. I also have WWE main event and partial SmackDown spoilers that we're going to give you guys tonight as well. Pretty much hour number 2, as soon as we get through Raw and SmackDown spoilers, is for you guys, man. Whatever you guys want to do. We're not gonna do the poll tonight. Couldn't think of anything, off the top of my head.
Anyway.
But yeah, it's kind of late. So we'll do one next week. Next week's a big show, man. We're gonna have WWE Payback that we're gonna be running down. We're gonna run down Monday Night Raw. No, I'm not gonna do Sunny the night after a pay-per-view, man. We can barely get through Raw. Yeah, we can barely get through Raw in an hour. We never do. So we'll have Sunny maybe the week after, on a non-pay-per-view night. So, all right. So let's.
That's funny about the show. So many people like other shows, they have to have an interview. They got to run down a TV and a pay-per-view, and they can maybe kill a half hour.
Yeah.
We can kill 2 hours before we even start talking about Raw. You know what I mean?
You know what else I was thinking, man, is a lot of radio shows. I mean, I'll be straight up honest with you. I mean, I don't follow any radio shows other than ours, but I would say we've got to be one of the biggest radio shows. I mean, other radio shows, I don't think they get 50, 60 people in the chat room on a weekly basis, do they? You know?
Oh, and that's low. I mean, that's down. We used to have, 80 every show. And we peak at 100 during the show. Yeah, I mean, clearly, I don't know if we're the biggest show. I know we were the show where the co-host has the biggest dick of any wrestling show.
No, but listen. We don't have every Tuesday night we come on here, right? We don't have a single guest. It's me, it's you, and it's the same format every week. And for some reason, these people come. Why anybody would want to listen to me and you on a Tuesday? I have no idea. I have no idea.
And not to brag about ourselves, but nobody. You name another show, any other show, where they can bullshit for fucking 40 minutes about their own personal lives, and not only will people be tuned in, but they'll think that's usually that's part of the show. I
don't get it, man. I really think about it all the time. Why do people come on Tuesday nights just to hear me? It's crazy, man. But anyways, they do, and we're here every Tuesday night for you guys that are new tonight. Every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 Eastern Time. Same place, same time. WZROnline.com/chat. You get the media player, you get the chat room. We do rapid fire, live phone calls, whatever you guys want to do pretty much. It's up to you, man. So check us out every Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time. All right. We're going to finish up Monday Night Raw right now. Then you're getting main event, SmackDown spoilers, then rapid fire, then live phone calls. So we left off on Raw, backstage segment. Vince McMahon's impressed with Brad Maddox. Vicky Guerrero's eating a cheeseburger with bacon and lettuce. Yeah. We had Orton and Reigns and Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins. Speaking of Vicky Guerrero, this is what she set up earlier in the night. So Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns, that's up first. Pretty much went to a no contest as right away Seth Rollins interfered before there was any finish of the match, right? Daniel Bryan was at ringside for it, so that took us right into Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins. I'll tell you what, man, what a match, man. I mean, it was funny because Ring of Honor, Bryan Danielson and Tyler Black, both of them used to be in Ring of Honor, and they had a hell of a match in Ring of Honor in 2008, right?
They might be the best actual workers in WWE too right now. That's what I said. When I saw, I didn't see the match yet. I'll have to go back and watch it. But when you see it on paper and you hear the feedback, there's nothing surprising at all. I'm hearing that Seth Rollins, Tyler Black, and Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson tore the fucking roof off the place when they got enough time on TV to have a TV match.
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
Yeah, really. While we're on the Rock, you got to play the one where you can hear him saying "bitch" a mile away. Do that one real quick.
Just bring it, bitch.
Not that one. Not
To
that
say
one.
the least, The Rock is something you're not undisputed champion, so shut up, bitch.
Fuck
you, punk! I'll fuck you! I'll fuck your sister, but not your wife, because I respect your wife.
All right, man, I'll tell you what, but it was Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins, one-on-one last night on Raw. Great match. But today, Ring of Honor came out and basically sent out a press release and said, hey, check out Bryan Danielson against Tyler Black. Same people, right? Just different names in Ring of Honor and WWE. WWE, of course, always changes people's names. Like Dean Ambrose was known on the indie scene as John Moxley, and Seth Rollins was known as Tyler Black. So Ring of Honor came out and said, hey, these guys, faced off for us in 2008. Check out our match compared to WWE's match. I got to be honest with you, man. The Ring of Honor match. I mean, here's the deal. Ring of Honor tells their guys to go out there and go balls to the wall, no limits, no nothing, high spot after spot, high spot, do whatever you want, pretty much, right? WWE's
do whatever you want. You just got to win, but do whatever you want. That's why their matches are. Plus, they get more time, and it's not a TV match. Where they
Exactly.
only get a certain amount of time. Of course, the Ring of Honor match is going to be better.
Yeah.
More raw in it.
Yeah, and but I mean, you were just talking about TV time. I mean, they gave this match, I don't know the exact time, but I'd say at least 15, 20 minutes. I mean, they went to a couple of different.
TV match.
You're right.
You can only do so much. You can't
you're
go
right.
over the top like a pay-per-view or a Ring of Honor.
You're right, and not only that, but it had a shocking ending with Seth Rollins wound up, getting the job. Yeah, man. Daniel Bryan caught him with a roll-up. Roman Reigns tried to get involved here, and Randy Orton took him out. Roman Reigns was on the ring apron, was about to take out Daniel Bryan, and Randy Orton came up, and that was a nasty spot from when Roman Reigns went down on the ring apron on his back. Ouch,
right?
Man. Ouch. But,
he's no injuries, right? He's fine.
Yeah, what a great match. But, the ending, the outcome was, I mean, let's be honest. The Shield still, as a group, have not lost a match, so that's...
Well, they lost by DQ or whatever the hell it was, but that's not a big clean.
Right. So as a group, they still haven't lost. But in singles matches, they have, Seth Rollins picked up a loss last night. But man, what a great match on Raw.
And like we said, they had the DQ loss. I mean, they don't want to be stuck with that undefeated shit anyway. Like we talked about a million times. Then everybody focuses on that, and when they lose, it's like, oh, they're over now. So they can lose, and it's not like, oh shit, Shield lost. It's not a big deal anymore, really.
Well, and dude, not only that, but every match that the Shield is in, whether it be a Dean Ambrose in a singles match or a Seth Rollins in there hasn't been a bad match involving either the Shield as a group or the Shield in singles competitions. Like you said, they steal the show every time, man. So just an awesome match last night on Raw. We told you earlier we were going to come back to Big E Langston. Caitlin's out there. She basically says...
Write this down for me as detailed as you can, because it sounds funny.
God, man. And take a
I've
sip of
never
my
even
ginger
heard
ale.
Biggie Langston speak yet. I don't think. I got to go download Raw after we're done. I didn't have
So,
enough fucking time to do it.
it really wasn't a bad show last night, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it wasn't
It
all
started
that
off
bad.
good from what I saw. I was really
Yeah.
into it.
So Caitlin's out there and she comes out and says, "Listen, man, let's get straight to the point. I know I have a secret admirer, so who are you? Come on out." It was I mean, they didn't have Caitlin come out and cut this long, drawn out promo. She basically said, "Listen, I got a secret admirer. Who is it? Reveal yourself. Come on out." And Big E Langston comes out, right? He's all dressed up, suit and tie, not a suit, but casual, looking good, man. And he's got flowers for Caitlyn, and Caitlin's kind of confused by it. And Big E comes out and says, "Listen, I know you're kind of surprised, and it's kind of a weird deal here. You're used to seeing me beat people up, but I'm Big E Langston, and I genuinely care about you. I like you. You know what I mean?" So Big E.
Oh.
So Big E goes in for a kiss, and it was so predictable. You guys in the chat room last night, I said, "Man, this is a swerve because first of all, there's no Divas match as of right now on the Payback pay-per-view, right? No Divas match, and they usually like to get a Divas match in there. So of course, this is a swerve, and AJ's gonna come out and basically say, gotcha, it was me all along." So Big E Langston goes in for the kiss, right? And at this point, I'm thinking, all right, Caitlyn, back away, man. If you're creeped out by this dude, fucking push him away. Be like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
No means no. Tell her.
Right. So she allows it to happen, right? She's like, all right, well, why not, man? Big sexy black dude coming on him, yeah, baby. So he goes on. So he goes in, right, and he's about to kiss her, and he bends her over, and her back, she's. And I'm thinking, leans her back to go in for the fucking kill, right? And of course you knew just by watching it that
everybody's picture.
Yeah, but of course you knew at this point that he's just gonna slam her, man. He's basically gonna push her down to the ground, right? And that's exactly what happened. Right when he's about to get to the point where he kisses her, he pushes her down to the mat. AJ Lee comes out. Yes, and
I didn't read it. I just heard that he was a secret admirer. So the whole thing. So they spent this whole time doing the secret admirer gimmick, and in the end, it was just a quick one night swerve.
It is booking on the fly at its finest, where they had a plan. You know that a couple of weeks ago they had a plan. They had a long drawn out plan that they were going to go with, where Caitlyn was going to have this secret admirer, and then they got. Wait a minute. Then they got to the day of Raw, and they said, "You know what? We've got Payback coming up on Sunday. We don't have a Divas match. Let's book this on the fly," and that's what they came up with AJ Lee. I guarantee you that's how it went down. Guarantee you, man. It was booking on the fly.
All right. Well, then that's better than what I was going to say. Because I was going to say, if you break it down and look at it logistically, that means they've been building the secret admirer angle week after motherfucking week after motherfucking week, and then one week they have to literally be at a table in an office at a meeting, and they have to say, "All right, we have to pay off this angle we've been building up with this secret admirer. What do we do? Fuck it. Let's just have them blow it off and have a swerve with one night on TV. It doesn't mean shit." Yep. You're saying something better a little bit, which is that they needed a Divas match in the pay-per-view. They've already had this angle in place, so let's pay it off and set up the match. Because the match ultimately means nothing, so it was a big waste either way. Yeah.
Exactly.
But at least they didn't just go in a meeting and say, "Fuck it, we need something for TV."
Well,
let's just
they pretty much did, man. They went into a meeting and said, "Well, we've already revealed that we're going to reveal who the secret admirer is. So how are we going to go about it? We got to do it this way,
Yeah, they should have had a plan in mind, and if they did, why would they change? I guess to set up that Divas match to pay-per-view. But that's such an insignificant thing. You'd think they wouldn't wait if they had a real plan, mind you.
Yeah.
They wouldn't waste it. Set up a Divas match. I don't know.
So Damian Sandow comes out after this. I mean, the whole point. Wyatt family, a new vignette aired for them. We put that up on WZROnline.com. Check it out. Damian Sandow comes out. R-Truth. He's in a match with R-Truth. R-Truth has got a new finisher. It's basically Matt Hardy's side effect that he used to use. Sheamus came out and they went back and forth on the microphone, basically, setting up Sheamus. This was terrible, man. Sheamus came out and says, I'm gonna beat you up this Sunday on the pre-show, on the kickoff show for WWE Payback, me and you. You think you're a tough guy? I'm a tougher guy. It was one of those corny segments.
I'm gonna punch you in your face and beat
So-
you up in front of all these great fans.
So listen to this, right? Before they go to a commercial break, the whole angle is Vince doesn't want to talk to Triple H. Triple H doesn't want to talk to Vince McMahon, all right?
Yeah.
So before they go to the commercial break, Stephanie McMahon's backstage. She's walking the hallways, and she's looking for Vince McMahon. So she goes up to a production assistant and says, listen, I need you to find Vince McMahon and have him come to my office. She continues walking down the hall. She goes up to another production assistant and says, listen, I need you to find Triple H, have him come to my office. So she's got both of them coming. They're going to meet in her office, Triple H, Vince McMahon, and Stephanie McMahon, right? So you're thinking to yourself, all right, they're going to end Raw with a big old, something's going down, where I'm thinking Triple H is pissed off, Vince isn't going to give in, Triple H is going to attack him, and Raw's going to go off the air with Vince McMahon laying down on the ground, laid out by Triple H, saying, you're fired, or something like that.
Listen to how detailed your goddamn expectations
Now wait a minute.
as usual.
Wait a minute. So don't you think they're gonna meet up? They're gonna meet up in Stephanie's room. They're both gonna meet up. They both got egos. Something big's going down. Triple H is gonna attack them. Raw goes off the air.
Right there.
Wait a minute.
Now,
Right there.
So, they're gonna meet up and
all right.
something's gonna happen. That's all you
All
can
right.
think. You got
So wait a minute. So wait a minute. So Triple H attacks him. Triple H attacks Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon goes down to the ground, right? And then Raw goes off the air, and you see Vince on the ground. He's just been attacked, and you see Vince McMahon say, boom! Monday Night Raw goes off the air, and they leave you with a cliffhanger. Oh my God, Triple H was just fired by Vince McMahon. What's gonna happen next Monday night? I gotta tune in to Raw next Monday night to find out what happens with Triple H and Vince McMahon. That is the way to end Monday Night Raw. You know what they did, Boone? You know what they did? They get to Stephanie McMahon's room. Both of them show up. It's Vince McMahon. It's Triple H. They're going back and forth. I'm not apologizing. No, I'm not apologizing.
And shit, right?
Stephanie McMahon starts saying, come on, guys, can't we all just get along? They hug it out. Everybody hugs, and it's a big group hug, and that's the end of it. There you go. It all ends with a big hug out. Give me a break. That's why Ryan Clark should book Monday Night Raw, where they leave you with a cliffhanger for next week. You know damn well.
You're gonna fall down. You're fired. That's like saying you're going to predict the outcome of a baseball game. And not only are the Braves going to beat the Cardinals 9-2, but they're gonna hit a home run in the ninth inning that's going to go 317 feet in the left field. Like, you get too specific. Where do you come up with all this shit?
Wait a minute. I'm trying to play the role. I'm trying to play the role of a WWE writer for just a second. Let me play the role.
You were saying this is what you actually
Let me
expected.
let me play.
Would be a good idea.
Let me play fantasy booker for a second. Okay, on here. Let me a fantasy booker. And this is the way that I would book Raw. Leave the people with a big cliffhanger so that they gotta tune in next Monday night to find out what happens. Triple H has just been fired by Vince McMahon. What happens? That's the way to pop a rating. Not to have all three of them hug it out.
You're right. Your finish was obviously way better than what they actually did. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I know you're saying that's what you actually expected.
So anyway, that's it. Did I overbook? You guys don't like that. Would you have rather had my idea that I just came up here, or have the three of them in a backstage segment joking and hugging it out? And what a lame ass segment, right? That's lame.
How does that play into Payback, which is this Sunday? Having them fired right before the pay-per-view.
It's over.
You know what I mean?
What are they gonna do? Are they gonna? That's to me. That sounded like the payoff to the angle, right? That's it, man.
Yeah, you do that at the pay-per-view. You don't do it at the go-home show for the pay-per-view. That would be the end of the angle, not the end of the angle leading into the pay-per-view.
I guess, man. I mean, let's see if the NBA series continues, they're gonna regret ending that segment last week. Well, they could still have Vince and Stephanie McMahon appear on Raw next week. They could continue the angle if they wanted to, obviously, but. That was the payoff.
There's no way to make an excuse for that angle. The way you just described it, if that's how they really finished it, that was. They built the whole damn show around Stephanie and Vince, Triple H, and all this tension. And then you're telling me in the end they just hug it out, bitch.
They hugged it out. That was it, man. That was it. Okay. And then in the main event segment, man, you've got all the lumberjacks surrounding the ring, right? John Cena comes out to the ring and he says, "Ryback, come on, we're facing this Sunday. Get out of here right now." Ryback comes out. comes onto the ramp, and Cena says, "Wait a minute, dude. You're gonna talk all this crap, man, but you're not gonna come down. You're not gonna come into the ring. You're not gonna face me one-on-one, right?" And Ryback says, "No, dude. I'm not scared of you, but I'm gonna stand up here." They go back and forth on the microphone. It was all right for
What
what
do
it
you
was.
think about Ryback's promos?
I thought he was first of all, John Cena was a little bit more serious with his promo last night, which was decent,
That's
man.
always good.
It wasn't the over the top corniness that we normally get with John Cena. So I appreciated that.
Okay.
Ryback was good. I mean, there was no stuttering or anything like that from Ryback on the microphone last night, so I thought it was all right, man. I thought the ending segment.
Is he still the next coming of fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin and Ryan Clark's eyes, or are we realizing he's just a big fucking juiced-up monster that they're trying to let talk about?
He's only been here for about a year.
Here we go.
He's only been here for.
That's the poll. Dude, put it up for next week.
What?
Is Ryback the next Stone Cold Steve Austin or something like that, or is he?
No.
Is he comparable to Stone Cold Steve Austin on the microphone?
Everybody's gonna say no because everybody's gonna say no.
Okay,
We've only seen him. Wait a minute. That's my idea. Listen, we've only been seeing this guy for 1 year, for about a year in a top WWE position. Give this dude. You're trying to. Man, you bring up the whole Stone Cold Steve Austin comparison. The dude's only been around for a year. You give this dude 5.
He says Ryback's talking was better last night. I felt
it was
good.
good.
People in the chat agreeing with you. They're saying that he's doing better.
That has nothing to do with Steve Austin. Nobody mentioned Steve Austin in the chat.
Of
course, he's not anywhere near Steve Austin. He's only been a top. He's only been a top WWE performer for about a year now, man.
He never will be.
Wait 5 to 10 years and give this guy a shot, man. All right. We'll see. You come talk to me in 5 or 10 years, man.
Well, there you go. There's the poll. In 5 to 10 years, will Ryback be in the same league as Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No, he would need a gimmick change, man. He'd have to do something different with his gimmick.
Dude, you basically like the way the guy looks and think that he can cut a halfway decent promo. See, because he's shit in the ring. He's not that great as a fucking promo. You even say yourself, he's got potential. He's got raw potential. You like his look, so you can have any jerk off in the back and say, listen, in 5 or 10 years, if we push this guy right, he's gonna be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin. Why is Ryback the next Stone Cold Steve Austin? You're not giving me a specific reason. What is it about him in 5 or 10 years that makes him the next Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Woo! I'll think of a poll that has to do with Ryback and Steve Austin, dude. I'll think of something over the next week, and we'll put it up for next Tuesday. So listen, they go face to face. Finally, Ryback winds up coming down to the ring. They go at it, man. You know, the lumberjacks automatically run into the ring, and this is the weird thing, right? They go and the lumberjacks are all on the outside of the ring, right? So Ryback comes running into the ring, gets in there. They're already in there. So the lumberjacks, the whole point of the lumberjacks being out there is when they go outside of the ring to throw them back in the ring. The point of the lumberjacks being out there last night was to keep them separated, not to have them stay in the ring. It was like the opposite of what the lumberjacks are actually there for.
Intended for, yeah.
Right. So anyway, Raw goes off the air with these guys are trying to go at each other's throats, and that was it, man. That's the end to Monday Night Raw.
Sounds like despite some goofy ass bullshit booking, the actual show overall was pretty good.
It was pretty good, man. It really was.
That Rollins-Bryan match really made the show as far as wrestling.
I'd say a B minus, a C plus or a B minus from Monday Night Raw last night. It's pretty good stuff, man.
That opening segment I thought was awesome. I haven't seen the Rollins and Bryan match, but it sounds like that really brought up the quality of the show. And like you said, there was some other shit sprinkled in. Heyman here, Jericho there, et cetera, et cetera. You gotta check it out.
You gotta check it out. Monday Night Raw from last night. You didn't hear that? That was pretty good, man.
No, I didn't hear. I can't hear shit when you're playing it tonight. I don't know why.
This is nuts. You gotta check it out. Can you see? Unbelievable. This is nuts. You gotta check it out. Can you see?
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yes.
Yeah, you were talking about something on Facebook again about weather, and you were making jokes already. What was it? Was there another unbelievable moment?
No. There was a good thunderstorm that we had earlier today, but
What was it? It was something this morning you put on Facebook that I said unbelievable. I commented on it. I said unbelievable.
Hey yo.
What? Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
What happened? There was a couple of tornadoes that happened, down south again. We had there was a hurricane down there.
I saw your phone joke.
My what? Oh, my frog joke? Did you see that one today?
Your toad joke, yeah.
That was a good one,
cute,
right?
Yeah.
That was pretty good, man. Why'd the
Where's our joke guy? He's got to call in and give us our weekly joke.
We'll take live phone calls. We got 25 minutes before we get out of here. Before we get into live phone calls, let me we've got WWE main event and partial SmackDown spoilers. They're taping SmackDown right now in Greensboro, North Carolina for WWE main event. Actually, the dark match at the tapings, it was the primetime players defeated Justin Gabriel and Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase's back.
Yeah, that poor motherfucker's being jobbed out like crazy.
I know. For WWE main event, turn your speakers down, guys, if you don't want to know what happens tomorrow night at main event or this Friday on SmackDown. The Miz defeated Cody Rhodes. Wade Barrett was on commentary here. Pretty hot crowd. They went to the outside of the ring. Miz eventually slapped on the figure 4 leg lock and tapped out Cody Rhodes. Same thing we saw on Monday Night Raw last night with Miz, Cody Rhodes, Wade Barrett on commentary. Damian Sandow defeated Sin Cara. Sandow cut a promo before the match. A lot of bot spots once again, man. Sandow wound up getting the win with the silencer, which is what he calls his finisher. And then the Usos who got a push last week on Raw, weren't even seen last. Actually, they were lumberjacks last night on Raw, but other than that, they weren't on the show. But the Usos beat Tenzai and Brodus Clay.
Which one of the Usos is banging Snuka's daughter?
I can't remember. I think Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy Uso, yeah.
Yeah. The Usos won in a pretty quick match with the double super kick into a top rope splash. So that's WWE main event for tomorrow night. And for WWE SmackDown, like I said, they're taping it right now in Greensboro, South Carolina. Lillian Garcia comes out. We're going to see Team Hell No.
I thought Greensboro's North Carolina. Is it South Carolina?
It is North Carolina. Did I say South?
You said South.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
North Carolina, Greensboro. They announced right at the start, man, the main events for tonight are going to be Team Hell No and Randy Orton teaming up against The Shield, and Alberto Del Rio and Chris Jericho teaming up to take on Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston. So Dolph Ziggler is going to be making his in-ring return after a concussion tonight. Daniel Bryan comes out, starts the show off with a promo. He said Team Hell No is one of the greatest tag teams in WWE history, called Kane out to the ring. Daniel Bryan says that him and Randy Orton are going to win the tag team titles this Sunday night at Payback. And when that happens, he's not going to be able to team with Kane anymore because they're not going to be a tag team. So Kane says, "Are you like breaking up with me?" And yeah, Daniel Bryan basically calls Kane the weak link. Kane grabs Daniel Bryan for a choke slam,
and he's got a vagina.
Yeah, Kane goes for a choke slam on Daniel Bryan. Randy Orton comes out. The three argue, and the Shield then pop up on the Titantron saying that tonight they are going to take out the three guys that are in the ring, Team Hell No and Randy Orton. First match on SmackDown was Sheamus defeated Antonio Cesaro. No entrance for Cesaro here. Basically happens during the commercial break.
Nobody got time.
Damian Sandow came out pre-match, put over Cesaro and the match with Sheamus on the Payback kickoff show. They fought to the outside, and it ended with Sheamus hit a bro kick out of the corner, picked up the win. After the match, Damian Sandow attacked Sheamus on the stage. Teddy Long pops up in the Titantron, says, once again, puts over the Hardee's Burgers. SmackDown's being sponsored by Carl Jr. or Hardee's, whatever it is. Dolph Ziggler, Big E Langston, and AJ Lee show up. Ziggler said tonight he's making his triumphant return on SmackDown, and he should get more respect. They all left, and Big E Langston, the big fat guy, comes back and ate Teddy Long's cheeseburger that he was eating. So Teddy's kind of pissed off about that. Stupid joke, man. Fat people, they like cheeseburgers. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. Heath Slater with 3MB at ringside defeated the Great Khali with Natalia and Hornswoggle at ringside. Pretty boring match, mostly done for comedy. Alberto Del Rio and Chris Jericho teamed up to take out Biggie Langston and Dolph Ziggler. What happened here? Del Rio came in and got a roll up on Dolph Ziggler for the win there. Jericho pops up from Titantron and basically promotes his match with CM Punk at WWE Payback this Sunday night. Paul Heyman shows up, tells Jericho that he's got no chance come this Sunday night, and Jericho ends up shoving the microphone into Paul Heyman's mouth. WWE Divas Champion Caitlyn against Oksana. These two were supposed to have a match, and Caitlyn, who was still pissed off about what happened on Raw with AJ, just basically killed Oksana before the match even got started, so there was no match here. It was just Caitlyn. She's irate from what happened on Raw Monday night. And that is where we are at. WWE SmackDown being taped right now in, one more. Curtis Axel came out and defeated Wade Barrett. This was a non-title match, so Curtis Axel finally picked up a win here. Not that he's not been winning every week, but he wins on, like, disqualifications and whatever else. So Curtis Axel...
Well, they're in North Carolina. How long until Ric Flair's done grieving and comes back?
Right, should be. I mean, Ric Flair's advertised for Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore event coming up in Philadelphia in a couple of weeks, man. I think that happens on the 19th or the 20th, so that's next week or the week after, you know. So Curtis Axel defeated Wade Barrett. What happened? Miz got involved here. Miz was on commentary. Or no, Miz came out during the match to basically egg him on, and Miz jumped Curtis Axel and dropped him with the skull-crushing finale. So the match actually did end via disqualification. So once again, Curtis Axel picks up the win, but via DQ, which is what's been happening week after week. So that's WWE SmackDown. That's where we leave off as of right now. There you go. We'll finish it up before we get out of here tonight. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com /chat, WZROnline.com /chat. Get in there. Lots and lots of good people in there as always tonight. All right, we got 20 minutes to take your live phone calls and the rapid fire segment. If you want to call us live, you can do so at 518-712-3070. 518-712-3070. Give us a call and try to get to each and every one of you guys tonight. No phone calls tonight? Callie's here.
You gotta give him a minute. Ain't nobody got time for that.
We got time for Callie. What's up, brother?
What's happening, man?
How you doing?
One quick question. I read your site with the Hogan wanting to have one more match. If it was up to you, would you rather have him wrestle at WrestleMania, one more match, or Bound for Glory for TNA?
What was the question again? I'm sorry, man.
Who would, if you could have him have one match at WrestleMania, one match at Bound for Glory, who would it be?
If who could? Oh, Hogan?
No, I said, yeah, if Hogan wrestles one more match, like he claims he might wrestle one more match, would you rather see him wrestle at WrestleMania or Bound for Glory, you think?
WrestleMania.
Well, of course, WrestleMania. Hogan is trying to come back for one more match. I don't
in
know.
WWE?
No,
TNA?
in TNA. He wants to make it happen at Bound for Glory. They want to do Hulk Hogan and Bully Ray for the TNA World Title at Bound for Glory, man. If Hogan came,
it seems
wait a minute.
inevitable that they're going to do the Bully rematch eventually.
Hogan came out in an interview, right, and basically said that he thought that he had one more run with the title, right, and they want to do Hulk Hogan and Bully Ray at Bound for Glory. I think this is just, and you know it's Hogan, and I know that Hogan, I mean, it would be a brief run. I think Hogan wins the title at Bound for Glory. I really do,
Really?
man. I really do. And I know that Hogan can't work week after week after week. And it may be a case where he wins the title at Bound for Glory and then holds it and then would drop it on Impact either the week after the show, or he'd hold it for, a couple of weeks but then would drop it. I know it sounds crazy because we know Hogan can't work, but Hogan's back says that his back is feeling better. And I don't know. Just because he said in an interview a couple of weeks ago that he's got one more title run in him.
The man's crazy if he gets back in the ring. He's got a fucking cripple, so
He's
already
though.
crippled.
If Hogan's talking about one more title reign, right? That he's got one more left in him, I'm telling you, man, if Hogan says he wants the belt, Hogan's getting the belt. There you go. Winners there in the chat. If Hogan says, I got one more run with the title belt, you can bet your ass Hogan is
one more run with the title belt.
He's going to get it, man. He's the guy that's booking TNA. So if he feels good enough in 3 or 4 months, and he came out and put that tweet up, basically said, it's time to get back to serious training or something like that, right? He's coming back. I mean, they're going to do Bully Ray and Hulk Hogan at Bound for Glory, and that'll be the big moment, right, at Bound for Glory where, oh my God, Hulk Hogan's won the TNA title. I can see it now. Confetti coming down to end Bound for Glory. New TNA champion crowned. It's Hulk Hogan. Confetti coming down from the rafters.
Leg drop anywhere these days, dude?
Probably not, but he can go out there and do he can do street fight type style matches, you know what I mean, where he throws.
How do you where's the finish though? How do you win? What's he end the match with?
I don't know. I have no idea. You know?
Have some creative booking there. Hopefully it's not another Dusty finish where 20 people run out and there's 80 weapons and typical TNA shit.
All right, let's do some rapid fire questions. Anthony Remy. Ryan, I went in the pool for the first time today, so tell me why you don't like to go in the water. I'll swim. The only place that I'll swim in is an in-ground pool. But I have to have somebody check the filter first because there could be a frog.
Are you serious?
There could be a frog or something in the filter, and I don't want somebody's got to pop that thing off. I won't swim in lakes. There's big nasty fish in there.
Wait. Before you go to other bodies of water, the swimming pool. You got me interested here. Or curious, I should say. You literally will not step foot into that pool until someone checks the filter. You won't do it.
No, hell no. No. What if there's a What if there's a frog that's been sucked up into the filter and he's in there?
You ain't gotta tell me. People are probably gonna laugh at you because it's just a frog, but I agree. I don't want a fucking frog either, but I'll get in the pool because I'm not gonna make my.
And I won't swim in an above ground pool for the same reason. The frogs, they get in the flap. You know how there's that flap around the outside of the pool? They get up in there and they hide underneath the flap there. So I won't do it. It's
lizards too, especially down here.
Yeah, so I won't get in there. It's got to be an in-ground pool. I won't swim in the ocean. I'm deathly afraid of the ocean. You know that. I've come to Florida.
It's got to be an in-ground pool. You won't have an above-ground pool? You won't get into that?
I just told you because the flaps on the outside, man. The frogs hide underneath the flaps. You know I'm deathly afraid of the ocean. I won't go in there. I've been down in Florida.
I understand to a degree. A lot of people are.
Yeah, and lakes, I mean, I see people fishing all the time, and they come out with like 20-inch fish, and it's just,
gross.
Yeah, yuck, man. So I'm not doing anything, nothing. It's got to be an in-ground pool, and I've got to check the filter first.
You don't go and take a swim and take a dip in the creek?
No, maybe I'll dip my feet in, but I'm not getting in there, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Mac McCord. Mac McCord, who do you think will be the NXT sign-up? The NXT sign-up? What are you talking about?
I don't even know what he's saying. What does that mean?
NXT sign-up. I have no idea. Nilsa Hernandez, Ryan, who will join Sting's new Main Event Mafia? Yeah, Main Event Mafia is coming back. Sting is bringing them back. Yeah, man.
Aces and Eights in Main Event Mafia fusion,
that's what it is. Sting's bringing back his group of the Main Event Mafia against the Aces and Eights. So that's where we're going. I don't know who's coming back in the Main Event Mafia. They didn't announce it. I know that they taped this Thursday show last Thursday night, and it was basically a tease. Sting's coming back. They're gonna do it on the live show, not this coming Thursday, but the live show, the Thursday after this one. Christopher Brown, 2 quick things. Number 1, given Vince's history with Vicky and mocking her weight in the past, did it surprise you that he passed on an opportunity to plant the seeds of a Maddox eventually replacing her as managing supervisor? He didn't really pass. He didn't like Vicky's idea last night, and Brad Maddox came in, and he loved the idea of Maddox. So to me, it seemed that it was
still supposed to be the managing supervisor or whatever you just said?
She's working, they call it Team Bricky, right? Brad Maddox, Brad Brick, and Vicky Guerrero. So Team Bricky It's like Kimye, right? Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Yeah. So anyway,
I never heard that before.
yeah. To me, it seemed like Brad Maddox was Vince liked the idea of Brad Maddox and didn't like what Vicky Guerrero had set up. So it's possible that was a tease that eventually Vicky Guerrero is going to wind up getting fired and Brad Maddox will be the sole GM. But we'll have to wait and see
If
what
she gets
happens.
fired, what will Vince say? Like, what will it sound like? You have any idea? Or?
Oh, I know exactly what it'll sound like, brother.
Oh, hold on. Vicky will say what? She'll say something.
She'll say,
And Vince will say something.
"Why? I'm sorry, dude, but I can't."
Hey, that sounded awesome.
All right, I got well, you can do this one, right? Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the gong after it's over. Or we can have Ron Simmons. We can have Ron Simmons come in. Damn, you got fired.
There you go.
Or we can have here. We can do something like this. Watch this.
What?
Excuse me, what? All right.
Excuse me, what? You're fired.
Yeah,
There you go.
right. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com
Here I come.
/chat, WZROnline.com/chat. We got about 10 minutes and we have no phone calls tonight. It's crazy, man. Jacob
So
Will.
fucking hot in this room. I can't wait for the show to.
Oh my god, dude, I'm sweating. I keep wiping my forehead, man.
It's hot in here.
Jacob Wilson, hey man, I'm new to your websites. A few days ago, well, welcome to the websites first and foremost. A few days ago, I saw this ad and decided to check it out on your websites. I'm a huge fan of the UFC and WWE. I'm impressed with the stuff you guys post. Kudos, I'm a fan. P.S. I enjoyed Raw last night. Bryan versus Rollins last night was fucking awesome. Well, first of all, I appreciate you checking out the websites, Jacob, and especially the show as well, man. We're always doing this, man. Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern time. Same thing on the websites, news, rumors, whatever, man. Jacob, welcome Jacob to the website, man. He's listening to the show. He's a brand new fan. Give him a welcome.
Jacob, welcome to the motherfucking show. Tuesday nights, where it's at, you son of a bitch. But Ryan, I was gonna ask you, is he gonna see this weekend? Is the Dan Anderson Rashad Evans fight? Is that this weekend or is that next weekend?
That's this Saturday night, brother.
It is.
It's,
what's the co-main event? Do we know? I can't think of it off the top of my head. Is it Big Country and?
I think it is Roy Nelson. Not sure who it's fighting. Let's see if let's see if a caller knows. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey Ryan, it's Matt Cohen. What do you think of who's gonna win between Rashad Evans and Dan Henderson on UFC on Saturday?
Hey, what's the co-main event of UFC on Saturday? It's Roy Nelson and who?
Big Country versus Steve Miocic.
Who?
Oh, Steve Miocic, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's a decent fight too. Yeah, who do you got, Ryan? Dan Henderson or Rashad Evans? I think you said last week you got
Hendo.
Dan?
Yeah, I got I won't bet against Hendo, man. I won't do it. I think he's been on fire as of late, and it's just not somebody. I know it's Rashad Evans, and I know people are gonna call me crazy, but I'm going Hendo, man. I'm going Hendo.
I think it's a pick and fight. I think it's 50-50, but I lead towards Rashad. I'll take your money if you want to bet too. I got Rashad.
I'll bet that, no doubt, man. I'll take Hendo for money.
$10?
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take Big Country too. If you don't want him.
I'll have to think about that one.
All right. Let's see. David Absalom. Are they using Curtis Axel to get the 3-round and final battle off Lesnar versus Triple H? How Triple H bitched about Lesnar being Heyman's puppet, just like Vince and Steph did to Triple H on Monday Night Raw. It's so pretty poor setup if it is going to happen. Are they using Curtis Axel to get the 3-round and final battle off Lesnar versus Triple H? Well, the 3-round. Well, Lesnar and Triple H have already fought 3 times.
3 matches. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, that's done and over. That feud was was killed off at WWE's last pay-per-view at Extreme Rules. So that's done, and they're basically moving on, and they're using Triple H to kind of give Curtis Axel the rub right now by having him work. Yeah, having him work with guys like John Cena and Triple H.
Talking for him.
Yeah. Jordan the Champ Paveo, why is it that Ted DiBiase has been cleared to return to the ring but hasn't made his return on TV? He didn't. He didn't return on TV. He returned in a dark match. That's a good sign. No. That was the dark match against the primetime players. He teamed up with somebody, but it's a good sign to see him back, in a dark match. I'm sure once they come up with something, if they come up with something, he'll be back on TV. But it's a good sign to see him back to SmackDown.
Yeah, they get him back in the ring, so they're getting him ready for TV. I would assume.
Looks like they're getting him ready, like Boone said. Vincent Nugent, Ryan, and Matt, what do you think about the retirement rumors that is apparently circulating about Mark Henry? Plus his upcoming return to WWE TV next Monday night. Mark Henry came out on Twitter, said that he had no plans to retire, and that is the truth.
I heard they're building up his return for next week. They even have like a video promo for it. Why am I supposed to care that Mark Henry's coming back? And the other question, because of the report we had that he was in the doghouse because they didn't want to take time off because they were pushing him and they finally had something for him creatively.
Yeah.
And he took time off to heal injuries. They don't like that. But it seems like they're giving him the monster shove as soon as he comes back. So maybe he's not in the doghouse.
They had plans a couple of weeks ago, bro, to have him. It was between him and Santino Marella to become Caitlyn's secret admirer, and instead they went with Big E Langston. You can see the similarity there, I guess. Mark Henry and Big E Langston. Right. But nonetheless, they went with Big E, and then they aired, Mark Henry. They're going in a different direction with him with a video package on Raw for next Monday night. But originally,
so what's the plans for Henry now that they're changing up the original thing you just said? What do you think they'll be doing with Henry now when he comes back?
We'll find out. They may bring him back as a babyface. That may be the reason why we're seeing that video package.
Is after the pay-per-view, right?
Next week is the night after the pay-per-view, so I wouldn't be surprised to have
Cena Henry.
No, I think he comes back as a babyface. I think next Monday on Raw we see Mark Henry as a babyface.
So who's he working with? Because you think, Ryback Cena's definitely done after Sunday, I would think. So Cena's next.
Big E Langston. It'd be Mark Henry and Big E Langston. Big E would be the heel, and Mark Henry would be the babyface. Take that into
that would work.
Take that into SummerSlam too. You know what I mean? They could do a big man match at SummerSlam.
And they had the plans, like you said, with Caitlyn and Mark Henry originally. Now it's Caitlyn and Big E Langston.
Right.
Bring Henry back with Big E Langston, and it kind of ties in. So
Exactly. Rashad Robinson, Tebow signs with the Patriots. No ESPN for 2 weeks. Agree? Yes, dude. I was watching ESPN today. Tim Tebow signed with the Patriots, man, and all over ESPN today. It's just nonstop. Tebow. Bill Belichick came out and held a press conference today, right? And all these reporters are asking him questions, and he's giving like one-word answers, like yep. He's not buying into like Rex Ryan. Last year, he'd stir shit up, dude. He'd be like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, running his mouth left and right." Bill Belichick is like, "Yo, I am not feeding into this. I'm giving you one-word answers, and that's just how it's gonna be." It's a smart move. I mean, listen. Last year, when Tebow was with the Jets, Sanchez sucked as a quarterback, so everybody was talking, "Well, take Sanchez out and put Tebow in," right? There is no competition, right? Everybody knows Tom Brady is the starting quarterback in New England. It's not going to change. Tebow's not going to replace him. But to have Tebow in there as a backup, somebody that can come in and run crazy plays, like running back type plays, it's a smart move. If you're a Patriots fan, this is going to work out big time for you guys, and you should be excited about it. Tom Brady is obviously your starter. And they're gonna.
Who was Tebow sit behind last year? He never even fucking played, did he? Was it Sanchez or who was it?
It was Sanchez who was number one, and everybody said Sanchez sucks. Please put in Tebow. They kept saying, and Rex was so hell bent. I think Rex last year said, "You know what? Everybody wants me to put in Tebow. I'm keeping Sanchez. Fuck you all. I'm keeping Sanchez." And they're doing it again this year, man. Unless Geno Smith comes in and really kills it for the Jets and takes over Mark Sanchez. I mean, if Sanchez comes out in the first couple weeks, man, of the season, if Sanchez sucks it up, dude, they're gonna have to take him out, whether they like it or not, man. And
You gotta remind me to do that fantasy shit, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna teach you the ropes, man. We'll do it.
Help me pick good teams. I don't know how to pick teams for shit.
So you pick your running backs and your quarterbacks first, and then you worry about the wide receivers, kickers, and defense. And
I don't know
things
the
like that.
importance of like, you need a good one of these and that. And
I'll be on the telephone with you during the draft, man. We'll do it that way. You know what I mean? Sergio Cardenas, does WWE have a planned debut date for the Wyatt family? Vignettes started airing a couple of weeks ago. Usually, vignettes air for about a month. I would say in the next 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, they've had three different video vignettes or whatever. So I would say 2 or 3 more, and then
could even be the night after the pay-per-view. That would be a big, night to debut him, man. Maybe air a vignette during the pay-per-view saying coming to Raw tomorrow night. Normally, what they'll do is next Monday night.
How many are there at the Wyatt family?
There's 3 of them right now, man. But they've got
Shield and the Wyatt.
Right. Well, that's exactly what it is, man. And that's that'll be the plan when they come in once they build them.
Because they're so different. The Wyatts, the way they look and their characters, it's so different than the Shield. It'll be interesting.
We got about 5 more of these. We'll stick around for 5 more minutes. Rob Smith, could you see Generico Zayn getting on WWE TV quick? His NXT debut was very fast right after joining and getting to Florida. Could you see the same as for Raw and SmackDown? No, I mean they've called up so many people as of late. You've got 3 more coming in the Wyatt family. I think it's going to be a little bit for Generico and Zayn. I think so. Alicia loves wrestling. Perry, heated discussion at work today about whether Axel should be getting the IC title shot at Payback. Your thoughts? Listening later. Have a good show. I think Curtis Axel winds up. I mean, they're pushing the hell out of this guy right now.
He's taking that belt.
He gets the belt. Randy Orton heel turn at Payback. Axel wins at Payback. I think Cena retains the title at Payback.
I don't know if we get the Orton heel turn yet. I'm not. It seems like they were going to do it 100 times and they haven't pulled the trigger yet.
I think Cena retains over Ryback. Ziggler retains over Del Rio. I mean, Ziggler was out with the concussion, so we really haven't seen much of him. So I think they're going to continue with him for right now.
About 2 other questions: Punk, Jericho, and 2, my more important question: any chance at all of a swerve and Ryback gets the title? Any chance?
I was thinking that, man. There's a good possibility too, man. That's the only one.
Possibility? Not just a decent. You're saying good possibility.
I think that's the only match that I'm kind of, you know what, man? They may give Ryback the title. I don't know. That's.
It depends on because they changed their mind so much, but it seems like they're really trying to get him over.
I know.
Get a new character over, new persona over. The way to do it. Let him have the belt. Let him have Cena chase him because the pay-per-view main event that are already booked and ready to roll. But I don't know if they can stretch another one out of those 2. I think people are bored with them already.
Yeah. I think, and there's no way that CM Punk loses in Chicago, man. CM Punk comes back.
Shouldn't. Yeah. Unless he gets screwed over somehow. That would be sense.
So Axel. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the babyface turn too. So Axel, he's taking the title, Alicia. Arturo Velasquez Jr., when was the last Iron match in WWE? God, I have no idea.
I can't remember. I know Rock and Triple H had one. Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels. No, it's not Shawn Michaels. Kurt Angle and The Rock. I don't know, man. Fucking who cares?
Vincent Nugent, here's a good
question.
question.
SmackDown?
Yeah, we're gonna get back to it in just a second. Vincent Nugent, here's a good question for Ryan and Matt. Would you rather have Fandango getting the IC title shot or Curtis Axel getting the IC title shot at Payback 213? Go ahead.
Title shot. Who would I rather win the title? I'd say Fandango because an IC belt is something up his alley. I'd say Axel is supposed to be a main eventer, so don't give him the mid-carder title. Don't even have people look at him.
Yeah, but a lot of times people become the IC champion, and then it leads to
the road to the heavyweight title. I know.
Right.
It's just a different day, in my opinion. And if you give him an IC or a U.S. title, it almost labels him as a mid-card. Wade Barrett, Antonio Cesaro, etc.
Sergio Cardenas, UFC 161, Hendo or Rashad? Who you got? Boone's picking Rashad. I'm picking Hendo, and we're betting money on it. Jose Espinoza, will WWE or TNA ever sign Prince Devitt? It's possible. I never say never.
I said name a lot. One more question for you, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh. Fuck, I just lost him.
You're gonna try to play the "We all live in a submarine."
Sting and Undertaker, WrestleMania. What's the rumors I've been hearing? What's going on with all this Sting?
Sting's been talking about it. You know, and he said that he'd love to face Shawn Michaels and the Undertaker. He'd love to make it happen. But Sting's, I don't know. It depends on how long Taker wants to go. I mean, Sting's.
What do you think the chances are realistically? Sting in WrestleMania.
Well, it doesn't.
100%.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, Sting would come into WWE, would debut in WWE. The Undertaker's got the undefeated streak, so it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna bring Sting in, have him face the Undertaker. You know Taker's not losing at WrestleMania, so you're gonna job Sting out. It doesn't really work out.
You're not bringing in Sting to get him over as a money drawing top headlining act. You're bringing him in for that one match, so that makes sense. But I mean, you don't need him to win, get over and be somebody that can draw money on the road, because he's not going to be that kind of performer anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say the chances are 50-50, to be honest with you, man. I mean, Sting's been talking about it. It's probably more like 60-40 that it wouldn't happen, but
I'd say there's like a 10% chance of it happening.
No,
You're saying that it's actually decently possible.
Sting's open to it. I mean, Sting's come out and has been open to it, and Taker's open to it. That's it.
Sting's never been open to it. The fact that he is?
Right. The fact that he is, the fact that Sting is open to making it happen and hasn't ruled it out is like, it's huge, man. It's huge.
Well, it's huge in the sense that because that means in his brain somewhere he's thinking, I don't have much longer as a wrestler. I don't have much left in my career, and this is something that maybe I do want to do before I wrap it up. Maybe I do want to go to WrestleMania and have that match,
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool.
That's what it is. It all depends on Sting. Taker's down for it, and if Sting says that he's down, for it, then why can't it happen? You know what I mean? By the way, 43-35. The Spurs are doing it tonight, brother. 43-37 now. Yeah, man, 43-37 right now, man. There's 2 minutes left in the 2 minutes left in the first half. It's on ABC. And then the last one here from Chase Kramer, Flair in WWE. Boom was asking about that earlier. I mean, Flair's
scheduled for Tommy Dreamer's whatchamacallit. When is that, by the way? A couple weeks.
The 19th or the 20th, I want to say.
Of June.
Maybe the 21st. Let's go with the 21st. Friday the 21st. I think.
This month?
Yes, June.
Okay. Yeah, a couple weeks, and that's cool. So there's Ric Flair's return to a wrestling event. WWE, is there any rumors of a return?
No, but Flair's always going to be that guy where he's going to come and go in WWE. He's not going to wrestle again in WWE. I mean.
He's under contract?
He's under a he's always got the Legends deal contract that he's got. But
I know the Legends deal, but does he have an active contract?
I don't believe so, but it's one of those deals where if they call him, it's like Shawn Michaels. If they call Shawn Michaels, hey, we need you at Raw, yeah, I'll be there. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with Ric Flair. They call him up, say, hey, we need you at Raw or SmackDown this week or at pay-per-view. Yeah, he's going to be there, Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, Ryan, I just wanted to get this in before you left. Matt Boone would still kick your ass in 2 seconds.
You ain't shit, motherfucker. You ain't shit, motherfucker. Get out of here.
Yeah. Joke guy, the guy with the joke of the week, never called in this week.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. That's for you, caller. We're out of here, man. We got SmackDown. The WWE SmackDown main event is being taped right now, Greensboro, North Carolina. Matty Boone, it's been a good one, man. It's been a good one.
It's been a decent one. I told you during the break. I'm glad you didn't bring it up. I'll bring it up since we're going up there. I've been nauseous this entire show. Very bad stomach pain. So I apologize if my performance was
Wow. We get, you know what, dude? We get two phone calls tonight, man. We get my boy Callie, no doubt, good guy, and then we get that dude. And then we get that dude, right, to end the show. It's like, yo, come on, man.
Stick your ass 2 seconds, you punk son of a bitch. Let rock, fan son of a bitch.
The fuck out of here.
To say the least, the Rock is the undisputed champion, so shut up, bitch.
Yeah, get out of here, dude.
Hey
now, we're out of here, man. We'll talk to you guys next Tuesday night. Stay tuned to the websites over the week, WZROnline.com. For Matty Boone. This is Ryan Clark.
That's him.
See you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time on WZROnline.com. Submit feedback, guys. Submit feedback.
Yes, we want your feedback at Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. Your feedback. We want you to let us know what you thought of the show this week. Was it good? You tell us what was good about it, we'll do more. Was it bad? You tell us what was bad about it, we'll do less of that shit. This is how we get better, ladies and gentlemen. Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. Check over there.
Check. 4. Matt Boone, take 2.
Check, that's me.
This is Ryan Clark.
Check, that's him.
Saying see you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time on WZROnline.com.